So I want to go over a little bit in detail how to go about exfoliating the bag. I did a lot of it this afternoon. It's pretty much done. I am going to go and explain a little bit of this. This is what I was talking about in my earlier video. If you do not try and get into the nitty-gritty down here, that's what's going to make the bag look dingy and like something's wrong with it. Like it doesn't look right. So you're going to want to bend the sandpaper. Actually, this is the 320 grit. I'm going to rip it, and I actually like to bend it in half, and then I just use the corner, and I lightly just go in and just like this. Let's see if I can show you this. You're just going to go underneath the thread, 5 passes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just keep going. And then I use these Lysol straw cleaning brushes. I get them at Lowe's. Actually, I bought everything I needed at Lowe's. I use the Arm Roll, and that's what I use to clean the actual canvas. It's funny, some people look at this like, oh, that's all leather. I'm like, no. If you really read the history of Louis Vuitton, this is a coated canvas. The LVs are a coated canvas. The only part of the bag that's leather is the trim, and it's that vachetta leather, which is basically an unfinished leather. So, like I said earlier, if you're exfoliating off that very top layer, and you're just touching the surface of it, you'll get this pretty clean. And I could do this a little bit more. And it does have a suede-like feel. You can kind of see the nap of it right there. I like this. I like the way the bag wears when I do this. It's awesome. It definitely makes a difference. It actually really gives it a facelift. And I don't see it damaging the leather any more than saturating it and cleaning it and doing everything you can do with it. I like this. I'm going to do it. I have a makeup case. It's a train case bag that I'm going to do next, and I'll explain how I clean that one as well. But I'm going to work a little bit in through here and through this area, and just show you that if you're someone who is heavy-handed, this might help you. You really want to make sure that you do not exfoliate over the top with the sandpaper of the stitching. So if you're someone who is heavy-handed, you're going to actually tape right along the stitching and protect it. See if I can do this right this, show you. You're really just going right along the tape, right along the stitching, like that. So when you go in and you sand it, you can even use the buffer on this to brighten it up a little bit more. You don't have to worry so much about going over the top of the stitching. Okay? And I'll do the other way. I'll go back over it this way. I can show you that. You want to get it right at the stitch. Right at the base of it. Okay? I know this is tedious, guys. It works though. It's what makes the bag look so much younger. You're just taking years off of it. Alright. And then I'll go in, I'll use my straw cleaner, and I just buff that off. You really don't want to touch it with your hands if you can avoid it. Some people wear white gloves. I don't know. I don't have time for that. I'm going to find another piece of paper, and I'm just going to go in. And like I said, I'm really just taking off that surface patina, basically surface dirt, surface grime, surface conditioning, whatever they've done to it. You're looking at this up close, but my eye looking at it from here, it's not bad. It looks fine. So I'm going to show you what the few things I use. So I have the 320 sandpaper from Lowe's. 400 is a finer grit than 320. I don't recommend going lower than 320. I think if you do, you're going to really scratch the leather and you're going to really wear that leather down. That's not something I would recommend. I just dropped a strap, so pardon me. This strap is really cracked. It is very damaged. This is what it looks like when I got it. It was, look how dark that is. Isn't that crazy? That's just from taking that top layer off. And the other thing I like about it is it feels softer. It's a little more bendy. And yes, it has a ton of cracks in it, but think of it this way. When you paint a wall, if you were to paint in a semi-gloss or a high gloss, you're going to see every imperfection on that wall. But if you went in with a flat paint, it hides it. That's why contractors like to go in and prime or paint with flat paint, because you really can't see their poor tape job that they may have done. Same idea with this. If you are keeping it flat, you're not going to notice all of the cracks and all of the damaged leather. Let's see if I can show you this one up close. It's shinier. You can really see it more. I do not like the look of this dark. It looks like plastic. Whatever they put on this, it's awful. So again, I use the straws. I use 320, I use 400, I use the buffing pad. If you're heavy-handed, I recommend getting the buffing pad that has a little bit of a cushion to it, so it kind of lessens the pressure, so you're not putting so much pressure on it. Less is more, guys. Just keep it light hand and just take your time. And I'm telling you, you'll be very happy with your results. Again, do not do this on a new bag. Do not do this on a bag that is less than 10 years old, a bag that was taken care of, that may just need a repair done at Louis Vuitton, or something that you could just simply do something minor with. These are things I do on drastic, ugly, gross, disgusting bags that belong in a dumpster, or they were stuffed in someone's back closet, they were embarrassed to carry the bag. These are not things that these are not techniques I would use on a good bag, because it's going to be your own fault if you were in the bag. And you got to use your judgment and your discretion on what you think is a good bag and what is a bad bag. This bag was covered in filth. It was covered in a sticky, grimy nastiness, and it stunk. And so I chose to do it. It was a bag that probably should have been junked. So good luck. Let me know how you make out. Please leave a comment. Like this video if you like it, and please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you. Good night.